A small Alabama town called Semmes accidentally hired black drag queens to dance in their Christmas parade.
Christmas parade was all over social media today. It wasn't the Santa float that had people talking. One dance act left some parade goers and even the dancers themselves in shock. We talked to folks on both sides of the controversy. These young men call themselves the Prancing Elites. Their stars rising as female impersonation dancers. They've performed in Mobile and several other cities. Group captain Kentrell Collins says he had every reason to believe the routine would be welcomed at the Semmes Christmas parade. After all, they were invited.
I said we're all over 21 and we're guys. She was so excited. She was like, I didn't know they had any groups like that in Mobile.
But instead of applause or cheers, group members say they heard lots of jeers.
Some of them were saying stuff like, oh my God, like, what's that?
I would rather you pull us to the side and say, hey, that's probably not a good idea for you guys. Okay, we can accept that.
And I was outraged and appalled. But I never expected anything like this at the Semmes Christmas parade.
Claudia Davis was at the parade with her daughter. She says many in the crowd felt the dance group was inappropriate.
If they were going to put this kind of activity in the parade, they should have notified the people of Semmes so that we had a choice whether we wanted our child to attend and see something like that.
We do want to say we apologize if we offended anybody who did not know who we were before today, but still at the end of the day, we only just came to dance. I mean, we did get invited.
And Collins says their passion for dancing hasn't diminished. The Prancing Elites are already booked in Mobile for New Year's Eve and Mardi Gras. The Friends of Semmes organized this year's parade, and according to Ms. Davis, she was told the city council plans to take charge of the event next year. Now, this story is getting a lot of attention from both sides of the argument on our Facebook page, Fox 10 News. Log on tonight and join them.
I have to say, at first, I thought this story about the Prancing Elites, because that's the name of the group, I thought it was funny. I thought, an accident like that in a red state, and you can imagine that they're super outgoing, and it just struck me as comical. But I don't really think it's all that funny anymore, because they actually got booed when they showed up to do the job that they were hired to do. People complained, people were outraged. But when you see how harmless it is, you realize this isn't pure discrimination. This is 100% discrimination. They're just guys who are somewhat effeminate, and they dressed that way, but they didn't do anything inappropriate. Everything they did was totally appropriate. And, okay, so they danced more in a feminine style. So what? But the fact that people looked at this, and they think, well, this is unacceptable, and we can't have this, and I can't believe my kids were there, and I can't believe this and that. Calm the fuck down. It's not like your kid is all of a sudden going to go behind some dumpster and blow a 47-year-old dude. You're making this all up in your head. No, they're just a group of drag queens that did a dance and didn't do anything inappropriate, and they were marching in a parade. So what? So what? And I get it. You're in Alabama town. You don't want that. Okay, next year don't do it. But don't complain and don't discriminate against them and don't, be disrespectful to their face, as all these people were. So, when you see a story like this, it really shows you red states and blue states, they're totally different. They're totally different. If there was a group of dancing drag queens in a parade in New York, nobody would blink an eye. They'd say, oh, look, there's the dancing drag queens. Anyway, who's next? Oh, look, a guy dressed in a Barney costume. Whatever. It wouldn't even occur to us, it wouldn't occur once to think, well, let's go complain to somebody about this. But in Alabama, it's like everybody's got the myopic, blinders on. Like, you know how the horses, when they walk through the street in New York City, they got the blinders? They could just all see in one direction? That's Alabama conservatives. They're like, no, I can't feel even slightly uncomfortable. It needs to be totally leave it to beaver 24/7, and if anything infringes upon that, I will lose it. Grow up, man. Grow up. That's my final point on this.